Today we will study the trigonometry part of mathematics for class 10. In this section we will also study the applications of trigonometry. All the points discussed in this session are very important from the point of view of your examination. Please note down all the points. Trigonometric ratios. Please see the right angle triangle ABC where angle B is 90 degrees. The side opposite to angle B is called hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the longest side. In the diagram, AC is the hypotenuse. There are two more sides, that is side adjacent to angle A and side opposite to angle A. This is angle A. Angle A is also represented as CAB and this is an acute angle, that is less than 90 degrees. The side adjacent to angle A is called adjacent side and opposite to angle A is called opposite side. Hence, there are three sides of a triangle. The longest side is hypotenuse and the side opposite to angle A is opposite side and the side adjacent to angle A is adjacent side. Please see the table on your left hand side. In this table, we have described the ratios. The angle A, as I said earlier, can be expressed in terms of ratios of sides. The trigonometry is the study of the relationship between the angle and the side. The angle is measured in terms of degrees and the sides are generally measured in length. Length may be centimeter, meter, kilometer or anything in terms of meters, or it can be even in terms of feet, miles, etc. Hence, the ratios are expressed. Ratio is a number, but the distances of each side is measured in meters or in lengths. Let us first define the angle sine or sine theta. Sine theta is defined as a ratio of opposite side by hypotenuse side. Say for example, if angle A is represented as theta, then it is the ratio sine theta is opposite side, that is BC by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is AC. Hence, you please see in the figure, ratio BC by AC is sine theta. Hence, sine theta is opposite side by hypotenuse, that is equal to BC by AC. You can remember this by a short form or acronym. So, that is sine of theta is ratio of opposite side to hypotenuse. After studying sin theta, we will learn about the cos theta. This is called cosine of an angle or cos theta. The ratio of this angle is adjacent side. Suppose angle A is theta, it is adjacent side to the angle theta by hypotenuse. That is angle AB by AC. AB by AC. The acronym for this cosine angle is CA. That is cosine of an angle is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. The third ratio, trigonometric ratio, is called tangent or tan theta. Tan theta is the ratio of opposite side to adjacent side. That is tan of angle A or tan theta, the angle theta, it is opposite side to angle A is BC, and adjacent touching the angle is AB. Therefore, BC by AB is equal to tan theta, or it can be acronym remembered as TOA. So, these three ratios can be remembered as SOHCAHTOA. That is sine is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, cosine is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, and TOA is tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Then there are three more ratios which are reciprocal of these three ratios, trigonometric ratios. The reciprocal of sin theta is called cosecant theta. That is equal to hypotenuse by opposite side. That is, if you take angle here, cosine is represented by, here hypotenuse comes on the numerator and opposite side is by in the denominator. Hence, cosine theta is hypotenuse by opposite side. That is equal to AC by BC. Secant theta. Next, secant theta is reciprocal of cosine theta. That is, secant theta is hypotenuse by adjacent side. That is inverse of cosine. Therefore, this is secant theta is AC. AC is hypotenuse and AB is the adjacent side. And sixth ratio of trigonometry is called cot theta or cotangent theta. That is equal to adjacent side by opposite side. Therefore, its ratio is AB by BC. Therefore, we have six trigonometric ratios: sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, and cotangent or cot theta. Reciprocal of sin theta is cosecant theta. That is, this is BC by AC is sin theta. If you reverse it, that is AC by BC, we get cosecant theta. Similarly, reciprocal of cosine theta, that is hypotenuse by adjacent side, equals secant theta, and reciprocal of tan theta is cot theta. Similarly, the reciprocal of cosecant theta is sin theta, and reciprocal of secant theta is cos theta, and reciprocal of cot theta is tan theta. If we know any one of the trigonometric ratios of an acute angle, then we can find the remaining trigonometric ratios of the angle by suitable determination. So, if we know one ratio, we can calculate the other ratios. Trigonometric ratios of complementary angle. Two angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degrees. Please see the figure. There are three angles and triangle has got three sides. ABC is a right angle triangle which is right angled at angle B. This rectangular representation shows 90 degrees, that is angle B is 90 degrees. The other two angles are angle A and angle C. Two angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degrees, that is sum of angle A plus sum of angle C is equal to 90 degrees. If this condition is satisfied, then angle A and angle C are called complementary angles. Please see the text inside the box. Angle A plus angle C is equal to 90 degrees, and therefore angle C is equal to 90 minus angle A. By rearranging, angle C is equal to, we bring angle A on the right hand side, angle C is equal to 90 minus angle A. We know sine of angle C, see we had, if we define angle A as sine A, and if you want to find out angle C, we can say that sine of C is equal to, this is 90 minus A. Therefore, this is 90 minus sine of 90 minus A, that is equal to AB by AC. AB by AC. Sine of C is, opposite side is AB, hypotenuse side is AC. Therefore, AB by AC is sine of 90 minus A. That also, that is nothing but by basic definition, it is cos of A. If you see cos of A is AB by AC. AB by AC is nothing but cos of A. Therefore, sine of 90 minus A is equal to cos A. Similarly, we can find the values of cos of C, cos of this angle C, tan C, cosecant C, secant C and cot C by using the same relationship. Here, the adjacent side in the previous case becomes opposite side, but hypotenuse remains side. The opposite side and adjacent side get interchanged when we take angle of 90 minus A. So, we have see the table given below. Here we have calculated the values of the complementary angles. Originally we had calculated angle of angle A. Now we will calculate 90 minus A. Let this angle A be theta. Therefore, sine of 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta, and cos of 90 minus theta is sin theta, and tan of 90 minus theta is cot theta. That is, in terms of complementary angle, it is reciprocals. Cot becomes tan, tan becomes cot, sin becomes cos, but the angle is theta here and 90 minus theta is here. Therefore, secant 90 minus theta is equal to cosecant theta, and cosecant 90 minus theta is equal to secant theta. Sin theta or cos theta, please note that sin theta or cos theta is always less than or equal to 1. But the value of secant theta or cosecant theta is always greater than 1 because they are reciprocals. Now we will study about trigonometrical identities. Please see the triangle ABC, which is right angled at angle B. Consider triangle ABC where angle B is 90 degrees. Applying Pythagoras theorem, we know BC square plus AB square is equal to AC square. That is, AC is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the other two square of the other two sides. Therefore, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This I have written it here in other way. That is, we have taken BC square plus AB square first and AC square on the right hand side. This is Pythagoras theorem. Now divide this equation by AC square. If we divide by AC square, this becomes BC square by AC square and AB square by AC square, and AC square by AC square gets cancelled and it is 1. Therefore, these ratios are BC by AC, BC square by AC square plus AB square by AC square. BC by AC is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse, that is sin A. Because square is there both in the numerator and denominator, this becomes sin squared A plus AB. AB is the adjacent side, AC is the hypotenuse. Adjacent side by hypotenuse is cos. Therefore, this becomes cos square A. Therefore, sin squared A plus cos squared A is equal to 1. This is the one trigonometrical identity. Now, we will divide this equation 1 by sin squared A. That is the first term. Therefore, if we divide this equation 1 by sin squared A, sin squared A by sin squared A is equal to 1. Cos squared A by sin squared A is nothing but cot squared A, that is equal to 1 over sin square A. Therefore, but 1 over sin squared A is cosecant squared. 1 over sin is reciprocal, hence it is cosecant squared A. This is equation 2 and this is the second trigonometric identity. Now, let us take the third one. Previously, we had divided equation 1 by sin squared A. To get the third identity, we will divide the same equation 1 by cos squared A. Therefore, it is sin squared A by cos squared A plus cos squared A by cos squared A. We get sin squared by cos squared is tan squared and cos squared by cos squared is 1. 1 by cos squared is secant square. Therefore, we get the relationship secant squared theta minus tan squared theta is equal to 1. This is the third trigonometric identity. Hence, we will rewrite and recollect these trigonometric identities. These are important. We use many times in solving the numerical problems. So, all students are expected to remember the trigonometric ratios, the relationship and the trigonometric identities as well as complementary angles. So, trigonometrical identity, first identity is sin squared theta plus cos squared theta is equal to 1. The second identity is secant squared theta minus tan squared theta is equal to 1 and cosecant squared theta is equal to 1 plus cot squared theta. These relationships are applicable for all angles, for angle theta lying between 0 and 90 degrees. Having learnt about the trigonometric ratios, their reciprocals, the complementary angles and trigonometric identities, we will study about the trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. Please see the figures on the right hand side. Let us first take angle 45 degrees. ABC is a right angle triangle at B. B is a right angle triangle. If B is a right angle triangle and ABC is an equilateral triangle, here AB is 1 and BC is 1. By applying Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse is equal to square root of sum of squares of adjacent side plus the other opposite side, that is AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Taking the square roots, we get AC is root 2 and AB is 1 and BC is 1 when the angle is 45 degrees. Angle A is 45 degrees, angle C is 45 degrees and angle B is 90 degrees. Here we can easily calculate the ratios. Sin theta, say for example sin A is 1 by root 2, sin 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2 and tan 45 is 1. Similarly, we can calculate the ratios from this triangle cot theta, cosecant theta and secant theta by using the reference. This is the triangle you can remember as adjacent side 1, opposite side 1 and hypotenuse as square root 2. Now consider the other angles. In this triangle we had taken 45 degrees. Let us find out for 30 degrees and 60 degrees. For this ratios we have to consider equilateral triangle. Here equilateral triangle, consider a triangle having all these three sides equal to the measurement as 2, where that is AB is equal to 2, AC is equal to 2 and BC is also equal to 2. This is 1 plus 1, BC is also equal to. All the three sides are equal to 2. Now, if we take like this, each angle, internal angle of this triangle is 60 degrees. That is angle B is 60 degree, angle A is 60 degree and angle C is 60 degree. Now, let us divide an angle A by drawing a perpendicular AD as shown in the figure. When we draw this, D bisects BC into two parts, that is BD equals to 1 and DC is equal to 1 because we have divided it. And here angle A also gets divided. Earlier it was 60 degrees, now it is this angle is 30 degrees and this angle is 30 degrees, whereas the other angles B and C remain 60 degrees. If you want to find out the ratios, trigonometric ratios of angle 30, you take this as 30 and opposite side, sin 30 is opposite side 1 by 2. Cos 30 is adjacent side by hypotenuse, that is equal to root 3. This is root 3 we have calculated using Pythagoras theorem, that is 2 square is equal to this one AD square plus BD square. If we subtract root 2 square minus root 1 square, we get root 3. AD is equal to root 3. Hence, these sides are 2, 1, root 3. So, sin 30 is opposite side 1 by 2 and cos 30 is adjacent side by hypotenuse, that is root 3 by 2 and tan 30 is opposite side by adjacent side, that is 1 by root 3. Similarly, we can calculate the values of cot theta, cosecant theta and sin theta for 30 degrees. Now, to find the value of trigonometric ratios, take this angle 60 degrees. So, sin 60, if you take sin 60, that is sin of angle B here, sin 60 is opposite side by hypotenuse, that is root 3 by 2. Cos 60 is adjacent side by hypotenuse. Here adjacent side is BD, BD by AB. BD is 1, AB is 2. Similarly, for tangent of an angle B, that is tan 60 is equal to root 3 opposite side by adjacent side, that is root 3. Please remember these triangles as it will help you to remember the standard values of 45, 30 and 90. Let us summarize them. Similarly, for calculating the values of angle 0, we get when it becomes angle 0 means AC and AB coincide. So, theta will be 0, therefore sin theta will be is equal to approximately BC will be 0, sin 0 will be 0 and cos theta will be 1 because adjacent hypotenuse becomes 1 approximately, and tan theta is equal to 0. When the angle theta becomes 90 degrees, sin theta will be equal to 1 because opposite side will be 1 and hypotenuse also will be 1. Therefore, but cos theta, the adjacent side becomes 0, hence cos 90 is 0. Tan theta, tan 90 is not determined because the denominator becomes 0. Let us write all these ratios in a tabular column. Please see here the ratios of standard angles, that is when theta is equal to 0 is given here in the second column. So, sin 0 is 0. Similarly, sin 30, if the theta equals 30, sin 30 is 1 by 2. Sin 30, if you take this angle 30, opposite side is 1 by 2, and sin 45 is 1 by root 2. This is 45, 1 by root 2, and sin 60 from here it is root 3 by 2, and tan 90 is equal to 1. Similarly, cos theta is equal to cos 0 is 1, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2 and cos 60 is 1 by 2 and cos 90 is 0. Tan theta is equal to 0, tan 0 is 0, tan 30 is 1 by root 3, tan 45 is 1, tan 60 is root 3 and tan 90 is not defined. Please note down the values of cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta. I will wait for some time for you to note down these values. Now we will take up the numerical problems. What is the value of tan squared 60 degrees? Solution. Given, we have been given tan squared 60. Tan squared 60 can be written as tan 60 into tan 60. We know the value of tan 60 is root 3. Therefore, substituting the value, we get tan squared 60 is equal to root 3 into root 3, that is equal to 3. 3 is the answer. Number 2, problem number 2. In triangle ABC, right angled at B, AB is equal to 5 centimeter and angle ACB is equal to 30 degrees. Find the length of AC. Here angle is given and one length is given and we have to find out the length of AC. Here please see the figure. ABC, from the figure sin 30 is equal to AB by AC, that is equal to phi by AC, that is equal to half. Therefore, AC is equal to 2 times AB, that is 2 into 5, that is 10 centimeters. Question number 3. If 3 tan theta is equal to root 3, then find the value of acute angle theta. Given 3 tan theta is equal to root 3. Therefore, tan theta is equal to root 3 by 3. Therefore, that will be, if we divide it, tan theta is equal to 1 over root 3. We know if tan theta is 1 by root 3, theta is equal to tan 30 degrees. Theta is equal to 30 degrees. Question number 4. Prove that sin theta by 1 plus cos theta plus 1 plus cos theta by sin theta equals 2 times cosecant theta. This is a 3-mark question. You have to follow it very carefully and practice it. Here, this is very simple solution. All you have to do is, you have to solve this left hand side by taking LCM. Here LCM is nothing but sin theta into 1 plus cos theta. Let us do the problem. Therefore, left hand side is, take LCM 1 plus cos theta into sin theta LCM. If you take this 1 plus and divide it, you get sin theta remains. Therefore, sin theta into sin theta, it is sin square theta. Similarly, if you divide by sin theta goes and 1 plus cos theta remains. This denominator 1 plus cos theta into numerator 1 plus cos theta becomes 1 plus cos theta whole square. You can even, while practicing, you write it separately so that you can avoid. Here you can write sin theta into sin theta. Here you can write 1 plus 1 cos theta into 1 plus cos theta. You can expand it. Therefore, solving, we get sin squared theta. This is of the form a plus b, that is a plus b whole square. We can write it as a square plus b square plus 2ab. Therefore, sin square theta as it is, a is 1 square, b is cos theta plus cos square theta plus 2ab, 2 into 1 into cos theta, and denominator as it is. Therefore, that can be written as, we know sin square theta plus cos square theta by applying trigonometrical identity. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and this 1 remains as it is. Therefore, simplifying, it becomes 2 into 1 plus cos theta. Denominator remains as it is, that is 1 plus cos theta into sin theta. Therefore, that is 2 divided by 1 plus cos theta, 1 plus cos theta gets cancelled. This is 2 divided by sin theta. That is equal to 2 into cosecant theta. That is equal to right hand side. Hence, it is proved. This is a 3-mark question. Please practice it. We will continue with solving the problems. Some are 2 marks and some others are 3-mark questions. If secant 4a is equal to cosecant a minus 20, where 4a is the acute angle, find the value of a. Solution. We know that secant theta is equal to cosecant. You see, left hand side is secant theta, right hand side is cosecant theta. Therefore, we have to write secant theta in terms of its complementary angle. Therefore, secant theta is equal to cosecant theta of 90, cosecant of 90 minus theta. let it be equation 1. Therefore, secant 4a here is given, secant 4a is equal to cosecant 90 minus 4a. Here put theta is equal to 4a. Comparing 192 we get, cosecant 90 minus 4a is equal to cosecant a minus 20. That is given, cosecant 4a is equal to cosecant a minus 20. It is given, you see. Therefore, comparing cosecant 90 minus 4a will be is equal to a minus 20. Therefore, if you take 4a on the left side, it becomes 5a. 90, a minus 20 when taken on the right hand side becomes 20 plus 20. Therefore, a is equal to 110 by 5, that is equal to a is equal to 22 degrees. That is the answer. It is a 2-mark question. Question number 6. If 3 tan theta is equal to root 3, then find the value of acute angle theta. Solution. Given 3 tan theta is equal to root 3. Therefore, tan theta is equal to root 3 by 3, that is bringing this 3 to the denominator on the right hand side. Therefore, tan theta is equal to root 3 goes here root 3 times and root 3 remains. Therefore, tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3. But we know tan inverse of tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Therefore, comparing, therefore, theta will be is equal to, because 30 degrees. The answer is theta is equal to 30 degrees. This is also a 2-mark question. Question number 7. Find the value of the following. Number 1, tan square 60 plus 2 tan square 45. Problem number 1. And problem number 2 is cosecant 60 minus secant 45 plus cot 30 degree. Here all are standard values. So, you have to remember the values and simply substitute and then simplify. These are simple problems. Maybe 1-mark question you may get. Tan 60 is equal to root 3 and tan 45 is equal to 1. Therefore, in problem number 1, substituting tan squared 60, that is root 3 whole square plus 2 into tan squared 45. Tan 45 is 1. Therefore, it is root 3 whole square is 3 plus 2 into 1 square is 1. Therefore, this is 3 plus 2. Answer is 5. Question number 2. Given cosecant 60 minus secant 45 plus cot 30. We have to solve it. Here also standard angles, we have to remember their values. Substitute. So, therefore, cosecant 60 is 2 divided by root 3 minus secant 45 is root 2 plus cot 30 is root 3. Therefore, 2 minus root 6 plus 3, taking LCM as root 3. Therefore, it is 5 minus root 6 divided by root 3. This is the answer. This is the answer. So, we will take up question number 8. Express all trigonometric ratios in terms of x. This is a 2-mark question. Solution. That is all trigonometric ratios. What are those trigonometric ratios? Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta. Here it is given, theta is given as x. Hence, you have to write in terms of x. Therefore, sin x is equal to sin x only, no change. Therefore, cos x is equal to, it is a complementary angle, cos x is equal to sin 90 minus x. Tan x is equal to, we know the ratio, sin x by cos x, that is equal to sin x by sin of 90 minus x. So, denominator is a complementary angle. Therefore, cosecant x is a reciprocal of sin x. Therefore, it can be cosecant x can be written as 1 over sin x. Secant x is reciprocal of 1 over cosine x, that is reciprocal of cos x. Therefore, that can be written as 1 over sin of 90 minus x. And cot x is reverse of tan theta, that is reciprocal of tan theta, that is equal to cos x by sin x, that is equal to sin 90 minus x divided by sin x. Hence, we have expressed all in terms of sin x. If cos 2x is equal to cos 60 into cos 30 plus sin 60 into sin 30, find the value of sin 2x. So, he has given the ratio of cos 2x, we have to find out sin 2x. Let us do it. Given, you write down the equation as it is given, whatever you may get some marks. So, please write down given, what is given and what is to be find out, what is to be found out. We have to find out sin 2x. We have to remember the standard values as sin 30 is equal to cos 60, that is equal to half, and sin 60 is equal to cos 30, that is equal to root 3 by 2. Apart from 60 and 30 angles, there is no other angle here. So, we will find out. We have to remember these two values, sin 30 and sin 60, to determine, to solve the given problem. Therefore, we will substitute cos 60. Cos 60 is here, it is half, and then cos 30. Cos 30 is here, it is root 3 by 2. Okay, we have found here. And sin 60. Sin 60 is here, root 3 by 2 into cos 6, sin 30. Sin 30 is half. That is equal to, we can find out, root 3 by 4 plus root 3 by 4, that is equal to 2 into root 3 by 4. Therefore, cos 2x is equal to, we have found cos 2x given is root 3 by 2. This 2 goes into 2, 4 divided by 4, 2 goes 2 times, hence root 3 by 2. Now, we have to find sin. Therefore, 2x is equal to, by trigonometric ratio, we know root 3 by 2 is 30 degrees. Therefore, 2x is equal to 30 degrees. Therefore, sin 2x is equal to sin 30, that is equal to half. So, we have found the value of sin 2x. Problem number 10. Find the value of sin squared pi by 4 plus cos squared pi by 4 minus tan squared pi by 3. Given sin squared pi by 4 plus cos squared pi by 4 minus tan squared pi by 3, we have to find the value. We know sin squared a plus cos squared a is equal to 1, that is by using the formula sin squared a plus cos squared a is equal to 1, that is equal to sin squared pi by 4 plus cos squared pi by 4 is equal to 1. And now, we have to find the value of tan squared pi by 3. Pi by 3 is 180 by 3, that is equal to 60. So, tan 60 is equal to root 3. Therefore, we get 1 minus root 3 whole square, that is equal to 1 minus 3, that is equal to minus 2. That is the solution. Now we will take up problem number 11. Prove that sin A plus cosecant A whole square plus cos A plus secant A whole square is equal to 7 plus tan squared A plus cot squared A. Solution. So we have to simply expand this whole square, A plus B whole square. This is also we have to expand. So we will first expand this. In the first line, sin squared A plus cosecant squared A plus 2 sin A cosecant A. This is given in the first line. This also we will write in the second line. This is cos squared A plus secant squared A plus 2 cos A secant A. That is A plus B whole square we have expanded. That is the left hand side. So here also we have written again. But we know sin squared A, this plus this, if we add sin squared A plus cos squared A is equal to 1, we can write. And cosecant squared A is 1 plus cot squared A, we can write. And secant squared A formula also we have to write 1 plus tan squared A. These formulae you please remember, we have also already discussed in the previous chapter, previous slide. Hence, similarly, sin A into cosecant A given here, sin A reciprocal of sin A is cosecant A. Therefore, this is 1 by sin A. Sin A gets cancelled. Similarly, reciprocal of cos A is secant A. Therefore, 1 over cos A into 1 over cos A gets cancelled and the value 2 remains. And substituting these values in the equation, we get sin squared we get left hand side is equal to 1 plus cot squared A plus 1 plus tan squared A plus 2 into 1 plus 2 into 1, that is equal to 1 plus 1 2 plus 1 3 plus 2 5 plus 2 7 here. This tan squared A as it is and cot squared A as it is. Hence it is proved. That is equal to 7 plus tan squared A plus cot squared A. Next question, problem number 12. Find the value of cos 45 divided by sin 30 plus cosecant 30. These are simple standard angles. We have to remember its values. We know sin 30 is equal to, sin 30 is given 1 by 2 and cosecant 30 is 2 and cos 45 is 1 over root 2. These values you have to remember. Substituting the values, we get cos 45 is 1 by root 2, whole thing divided by sin 30 is half plus cosecant 30 is 2. That is 2 plus 1 and a half is 5 by 2. Numerator is 1 by root 2. This dividing, we get 1 by root 2 into this denominator gets reversed, that becomes 2 by 5, hence root 2 goes root 2 times. This is answer is root 2 by 5. This is the answer. All that you have to remember is the standard values. So you please practice it. Problem number 13. If tan 2a is equal to cot of a minus 18, where 2a is an acute angle, find the value of a. We know that complementary angles. Tan 2a is equal to cot of 90 minus 2a. Whenever such things are given, a minus or these things are given in a problem, please use the complementary angle formulae. Therefore, here tan 2a will be is equal to cot of 90 minus 2a, because right hand side is a complementary angle. Therefore, we have to find here a is equal to what? Given tan 2a is equal to cot of a minus 18, it is given. Therefore, a minus 18, 90 minus 2a is equal to a minus 18. Therefore, simplifying minus 2a, you minus 2a you bring it to the right hand side, it becomes 3a, and this you take it to the left hand side, 90 plus 18. Therefore, it is equal to 108. Therefore, a is equal to 108 by 3, that is equal to 30 degrees. This is the answer. Problem number 14. Prove that cos theta into cosecant theta is equal to cot theta. Given left hand side, cos theta into cosecant theta. We know that cosecant theta is equal to 1 over sin theta. Therefore, cos theta into 1 over sin theta is equal to cos theta divided by sin theta, that is equal to cot theta. Hence, it is proved. This is a simple, maybe there may be a 1 mark question on that. Let us simply substitute the reciprocals formula. Problem number 15. Show that tan A into sin A is equal to secant A. Left hand side, tan A into sin A. Therefore, sin A by cos A. Tan A is sin A by cos A into sin A plus cos A. Therefore, sin squared A by cos A plus cos A. Therefore, sin squared A plus cos squared A divided by cos A. Simplifying, taking LCM as cos A. Because now sin squared A plus cos squared A is 1. Therefore, it becomes 1 over cos A. Hence, that is equal to secant A. Applications of trigonometry. Now, we have completed the trigonometry part of this lecture, and now we will take up applications of trigonometry. We will understand some basics of applications. The line of sight is the line drawn from the eye of an observer to the point of object viewed by the observer. The angle of elevation of an object viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with horizontal when it is above the horizontal level. The case when we raise our head to look at the object, that is, angle of elevation is when we look up. Line of sight is the horizontal line. The angle of depression is when we look down. The angle of depression of an object viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with horizontal when it is below the horizontal level. That is the case when we look lower our head to look at the object. That is, if you see a car from the top of a building, it is the angle of depression. When we see the height of a tower or an antenna on the upside, it is the angle of elevation. The height or length of an object or a distance between two distant objects can be determined with the help of trigonometric ratios. Let us take the example. The string of kite is 100 meter long and it makes an angle of 60 degrees with horizontal. Find the height of kite assuming that there is no slack in the string. So, a kite is flying and it makes an angle of 60 degrees. The string is 100 meters long and we have to find the height of the kite from the ground. So, please see the figure. This is the string. This is the person is flying the kite here and the kite is flying at this height. We do not know what is the height, but we know the length of string. Length of string is given as 100 meters and angle of elevation with horizontal angle is 60 degrees. That is angle of elevation. If we look up, here it is 60 degrees. Find the height of the kite. Therefore, sin 60, here what we have to do, this is an alternate angle, this is 60 and the balance is 30 degrees. And if you want to see, here it is alternate angle, this angle is 60 degrees. Therefore, it will be sin 60 will be height divided by hypotenuse. Therefore, it is height is sin 60, we know it is right root 3 by 2, that is equal to height by hypotenuse, it is 100. Therefore, height of the kite is 100 into root 3 divided by 2, that is equal to 50 root 3, that is the height. Problem number 2. The angle of depression of a car parked on the roadside from the top of a 150-meter high tower is 30 degrees. Find the distance of car from the tower. It is, you see, this is a tower of height, it is given 150 meter, this is a ground level, and somebody is standing on the tower top and he is viewing a car here which is parked at a certain distance. So, he is from the top, he wants to calculate at the distance of the car from the ground, from the tower. What is that? What distance is the car? So, this angle is a angle of depression, that is from the top to this one is 30 degrees. Therefore, it is 150 degrees, height of the tower 30 degrees, and we have to find the distance x. Let us solve it. Let the distance of car be x. Therefore, tan theta, what is tan theta? Tan theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. Sorry, tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side. Therefore, 150 by x, but tan 30 is equal tan, this is 30 angle, alternate angle, this is given alternate angle 30, that is equal to 1 by root 3. Therefore, x is equal to 150 divided by 1 by root 3. So, solving, simplifying this, it becomes 150 root 3. Therefore, the distance is 150 root 3. Let us take problem number 3. A kite is flying at a height of 80 meters from the ground, is tied tightly to a nail on the building of height 10 meters by its thread. If the angle subtended by thread the building is 30 degrees, find the length of the thread. Here also, but he has given the height of the building. The kite, the measurements are from the top of the building. So, we have to, the total height is 80 meters from the ground and building height is 10 meters from the ground. Let us analyze it. See, this is the building of 10 meters height given, and total height of the tower kite, total height of the kite is 80 meters, including height of the building. Therefore, if you want to know this we have to subtract the total height from the top of the building, and the angle of elevation he has given 30 degrees. The angle subtended by the thread, this is the thread, blue color is a thread, this is a kite, and this is a building height. This is 10 meters the height of the building, 80 meters is the height of the kite. Okay. Now, let us solve. Height of the kite is 80 meters total height. Therefore, height of the building is 10 meters and angle of elevation is 30 degrees. Therefore, let L be the length of the thread. He is asking us to calculate the length of thread. So, let L be the length of the thread. Therefore, sin 30 is equal to, here if you want to take sin 30, here total is 80. We have to subtract. If you want to know this distance opposite side, it is 80 minus 10 divided by hypotenuse L. Now, sin 30 is 1 by 2, that is equal to 70 by L. Therefore, L is equal to 70 into 2, 140 meters. Next problem. An observer 1.7 meter tall is 20 root 3 away from the tower. The angle of elevation from the eye of an observer of a tower is 30 degrees. Find the height of the tower. See, 1.7 BD is the height of the person, 1.7 meter. What he is doing? He is standing 20 root 3 meters away from the tower. This is the tower, AD is the tower, and angle of elevation from the eye is 30 degrees, and 30 degrees is the angle. We have to find the height of the tower. What is AD? Solution. From the figure, tan 30 is equal to AB by BE, and AB is equal to 20 root 3 into tan 30. Therefore, that is AB is equal to 20 root 3 into 1 over root 3. Therefore, that is equal to 20 meters. Height of the tower is equal to AB plus observer's height. Therefore, AB is 20 meter plus 1.7 meters we have to add. Therefore, it is the height of the tower is 21.7 meters. Let us take example number 5. If a shadow of a tower is 30 meter long when the sun's elevation is 30 degrees, what is the length of shadow when sun's elevation is 60 degrees? The shadow, see AC, there are two shadows of the sun is at point A and he has given 30 degrees. The shadow of a tower, this is AC is a tower, the shadow is falling here is 30 degrees, We have to find the length of shadow here when the angle when the sun's angle elevation is 60 degrees. As sun goes up, the shadow shrinks. That's here. Okay, 60 degrees. We have to find it. From the figure, AC is the height of the tower. AC is the height of tower. Step 1, when sun's angle is 30 degrees, that is the shadow is 30 meter. So, shadow is 30 meter here. BC is 30 meter. So, therefore, tan 30 is equal to AC by BC. That is equal to AC is equal to BC tan 30. Therefore, that is equal to 30 into 1 over root 3. That is 10 root 3 meters. Therefore, DC is the length of shadow when angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Therefore, tan 60 is equal to AC by DC. Therefore, DC is equal to AC by tan 60. Therefore, AC is 10 root 3. We know AC we have calculated previously as 10 root 3 divided by root 3. Therefore, this is equal to 10 meters. Length of shadow is 10 meters. So, it was previously 10 root 3 and now it has become 10 meters. Problem number 6. The angle of elevation of the top of a building from the foot of a tower is 30 degrees and angle of elevation of tower from the foot of building is 60 degrees. If the tower is 50 meters high, find the height of the building. Given angle BCA is equal to 30 degrees and angle CBD is equal to 60 degrees. Please see the figure here. The angle top of the building from the foot of the tower, this is DC is the tower and AB is the building. So, angle of elevation angle BCA is equal to 30 degrees, angle CBD is equal to 60 degrees. The height of the tower is 50 meter DC given. So, we have to find out the height of a building. Consider a triangle BCD. Tan 60 is equal to CD by BC, that is equal to root 3. Tan 60 is root 3, CD is given 50 divided by BC. Therefore, BC is equal to 50 by root 3. Next consider triangle ABC. Therefore, tan 30, he has given tan 30 is equal to AB by BC in this triangle. Therefore, 1 by root 3, tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to AB by BC. Therefore, AB is equal to BC divided by root 3. Therefore, BC we have calculated previously as 50 by root 3, 50 by root 3 into 1 by root 3, that is equal to 50 by 3. That is the answer for this. Problem number 7. A tower standing vertically on the ground from a point on the ground which is 15 meter away from the foot of the tower. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower is found to be 60 degrees. Find the height of the tower. Please see the figure here. BC is the tower and the ground it is A is 15 meters away from the foot of the tower. B is the foot of the tower and observer is standing here. The angle of elevation here angle A is 60 degrees and we are required to find the BC height of the tower. Therefore, the distance between observer's point and tower is 15 meter, it is given, angle A is equal to 60 degrees. Height of the tower BC is equal to what? Therefore, tan A is equal to BC by AB. Therefore, AB is equal to CB tan A. Therefore, CB tan 60. Therefore, 15 root 3 is the answer. 8. A person of 6 feet height observes the top of a building from a point at a distance 30 feet from the base of the building. If the angle of elevation is 45 degrees, find the height of the building. Therefore, please see, the height of the person is 6 feet. That is, here this is the 6 feet is the height of a person. Okay, he is standing and seeing he is standing 30 meters away from the base of a building. This is the building. He is standing 30 feet away from building. If the angle of elevation, here angle of elevation is 45 degrees. That is, angle B is equal to 45 degrees. Therefore, find the height of the building. Therefore, given angle B is equal to 45 degrees, height of the tower is 6 feet. Distance from the building, that is BC, is 30 degrees. 30 feet, sorry. Tan theta is equal to AC by BC. Therefore, AC is equal to BC tan theta. Therefore, that is BC is 30, tan 45 is 1. Therefore, AC is height of the tower is height of the building is 30 feet. That is the answer. Height of the building will be 30 plus we have to add the height of the observer. Therefore, it will be 30 plus 6 feet.